happy without her. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. As per the Telegraph, the Duke of Sussex has made no secret of the fact that he now considers the United States home. But when he found himself watching the United States take on the United Kingdom in the wheelchair rugby final at the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf, his loyalties were torn. As Prince Harry, 38, took his seat in the packed Markle Arena on Monday evening, aides insisted that he was not taking sides. He cheers for all competitors. He adores both teams, one said. Prince Harry, 38, arrived at the stadium before 8 p.m. Dressed in his trademark open-necked shirt and chinos, he was in his element, posing with children and competitors for selfies, giving high fives and beaming ear to ear. Sandwiched between the supporters of each team, the competing cheers were deafening as the UK contingent chanted, "Harry, Harry, give us a wave." Wheelchair rugby is considered one of the toughest sports in the world. Although physical body contact is not permitted, athletes can use their wheelchairs to block opponents, frequently colliding. Team UK took on reigning champions Team USA after beating France in the semi-final. The Duke diplomatically avoided lending his voice to the chants for either team, but joined in as the crowd was whipped up in the half-time break to chant, "I am Victus." During the match, he impressed Invictus staff by proving very knowledgeable about the rules, explaining them in detail. In the end, Team USA was victorious, winning 21-13, earning further raucous cheers throughout the stadium. The Duke posed for more selfies and chatted to children. When one lively spectator, armed with several pints of beer, offered one to the Duke, he laughed and said he would have one later. He then returned to the stadium to present gold medals to the winning team. The Duke is due to be joined later by his wife, Harry's wife. The Sussexes are understood to be staying at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Dusseldorf and will be at the games until they both address the cloning ceremony on Saturday evening. Thus, a short report from Harry's attendance at the Invictus Games, the games of which he is a patron and was instrumental in their development back in 2014. This report is noteworthy for two things. The first is in relation to how the general public are interacting with Harry. Harry has been, and let's not beat around the bush, something of a ginger twat as of late. He made his grandfather's last months difficult with his repeated attacks upon the royal family. He caused much upset and hurt for his grandmother in the final months of her life. He's annoyed his father, with whom he now has little contact. He is intensely annoyed his brother, with whom he has no contact, as part of Prince William's no-contact regime, with his various disclosures in Spare, including, "He broke my necklace." "Shut your fucking mouth, Harry, or I will break my no-contact regime and I will get you in an headlock and I will administer the head rub of discipline. Do you hear me?" "Yeah, I hear you, William. I'm a good boy, really. I know I am." But besides all of that EastEnder-related tomfoolery, when Harry is with all of his people, notwithstanding the fact that he's behaved like a turd and a brat, there is a natural warmth for him. Why is this? It's because, notwithstanding his behaviours, Harry is likeable. He is, beneath the veneer of nasty behaviours, a fairly straightforward dimwit. But he has emotional empathy for people. He understands the nature of service. For a long time, he was the playboy prince, liked as the spare who discharged his obligations within the protective embrace of the royal family, and people supported him for that. And then, of course, All of that changed when along came a spider. But when he's not with her, he's able to be himself. The old Harry comes back. You'll notice that when he's with her in public, he's anxious, frowning, scowling. This is probably as a consequence of the fact that he always feels on edge, uncertain as to what she might do, concerned as to how she might react, worried about what she might say. Possibly because he's still dealing with the fact that she's just issued some threats against him behind closed doors, and then she compartmentalises, bounds out of the door without a care in the world. She manipulates him through the physical assertion of control, through the grip of doom, and through putting her hand on the centre of his back, etc. And all of that means that Harry becomes tense, anxious, on edge when she's around. Yet, notice the vast difference. When she isn't, he's able to interact normally with the people, shine, indeed, show the normal Harry, which people react to and like. He's taking selfies with the kids. People are enjoying his company. He's chatting away to them. He's not being elbowed out of the way, or in one instance, actually physically shoved by his wife to move on, as was once memorably recorded in a video. There isn't somebody with her sharpened elbows nudging him out of the way, stepping in front of him, talking over him. He can get on with it without worrying about what she's going to do, without worrying that he says the wrong thing in front of her and gets a tongue lashing later. Those of you who have been involved with narcissists will be all too familiar with such activity and the repercussions that go on once the narcissist returns behind closed doors with you as the intimate partner primary source. Thus, it's very notable that Harry is his old self when she's not around, and the public like that. The second aspect is he's happy. He's smiling, he's laughing, he's engaging with people. But it might be that he hasn't woken up to the fact that he's happier when she's not there. What he needs is someone's view that he accepts and appreciates, pointing out to him, do you know what, old bean? You're far happier when she's not around. And they leave it at that. And it gives him food for thought. That he recognises, do you know something? I'm not on tenterhooks. And it's tenterhooks, not tenderhooks, by the way. Tenterhooks. I'm not on tenterhooks. I'm not anxious. I'm able to be myself. He may well think it's sad that it comes to that in relation to the woman that he loves. But that's what happened when you deal with the narcissist. The narcissist's need for the prime aims invariably results in drama, both versus you as the primary victim and other people around, which you'll often find embarrassing. Harry is happier without her. The public are happier when Harry's without her. It just remains to be seen if he now wakes up to this fact and does something about it. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.